They're trying to pull a switcheroo. Yesterday afternoon, the neocons that have been wrong about every major foreign policy decision of the last 20 years. They were wrong about Afghanistan. They were wrong about Iraq. They were wrong about Libya. They were wrong about Syria. They were wrong about the Arab Spring. The entire Middle East is filled. It is at capacity with their failures. You cannot point to a random Middle East country without seeing somewhere that John Bolton, Lindsey Graham, and the entire gang of ferocious neoconservatives have messed up. So we've been told it's all about nuclear weapons, but it seems as if there's a more aggressive push to get rid of the Ayatollah. Now, to be clear, of course, we on this program want to see the people of Persia resume self-determination. The Persian people are wonderful. They're the highest IQ people on the planet, are right near it. They're incredibly industrious. The Persians that I know across Chicago, where I grew up, or in Phoenix, are amazing. In Scottsdale, they literally have a restaurant called The Persian Room. I get it. But this is a completely different thing. If the people of Persia want to take back their government organically, authentically, from the ground up, we will be cheering them on. Of course we will. But Western forced central planning regime change is if we are just going to take out the Ayatollah. Oh, really? What comes next? What comes after regime change? Might be, oh, well, we need a small number of U.S. troops to support the new regime. And then, well, the new regime needs our financial support. Then, okay, then we need a few more U.S. troops. We have seen this play before. Or, regime change, you have no idea how this is going to work out. You have no idea. The best case scenario is like probably 5,000 U.S. troops and $100 billion. The probably most probable scenario is a bloody civil war that results in a couple 100,000 people dead, all these different ethnic groups fighting. Iran is a country of 92 million people. Let me repeat. Iran is a country of 92 million people. It's 2.5 times the size of Texas. And we've been reporting this on our program last couple of days. It is a beast of a country. Not to mention you could trigger another refugee crisis coming to the West. And so Lindsey Graham, listen very carefully. We went from take out the nuclear program to regime change in just a couple of days. This is why our program is succeeding right now. Because we are taking a non-ideological, patriotic, America-first approach right now, where other people are all the place. No intervention under any circumstances. Okay, I can hear that. I can sympathize with that. But 86% of Americans don't want Iran to have a nuclear bomb. Or you have the people that redesign the entire Middle East in their image. Meanwhile, our country is collapsing. Let's play first 342. This is Lindsey Graham. He lives for this, by the way. Lindsey Graham's identity, his reason for being, his excitement, his thrill is to try and execute regime change in Iran. Play cut 342.
I hope it's eliminated. I would like to see this regime fall, but I'm going to leave it up to the president as to what to do and when to do it. But I do know this. If we don't take out their nuclear program now, we'll all regret it. We're very close. Be all in, Mr. President, in helping Israel finish the job, and let's see where we're at after we neutralize their nuclear program.
Now, he continues in cut 343, which is the real incriminating one. I would like to see this regime fall. He says that, but he continues. Play cut 343.
Here's what I can say. Taking the Ayatollah's regime down is a good thing, not a bad thing. And I'm willing to risk what happens next because I know what's going to happen if they stay in power. They're going to keep trying to destroy Israel. They're going to keep fomenting terrorism. And they're going to try to build a bomb and they'll use it until they're gone. Their goal is a religious goal, to destroy the Jews, to destroy Sunni Islam, to destroy us. These are fanatical religious Nazis. I'm willing to risk them leaving. I think it will only get better.
Sounds good, right? That is such an immature, shallow, sloppy, irresponsible, insane, frenetic approach from a U.S. lawmaker. Oh, I know what happens when they remain. Actually, you don't know that, Lindsey Graham. The first rule of foreign policy is you must enter things with humility. That is the first rule. You don't know how things are going to work out, actually. You can predict them. You can have probability. You can look to history, but you don't know with certainty. And that kind of arrogance and that kind of pride is exactly why we got into the quagmire of Iraq and Afghanistan and why Libya is still in a civil war and why 600,000 people died in the Syrian civil war, resulting in 6 million refugees, largely remaking the polity and the entire demographic composition of Europe because we thought we knew. No, you don't know, actually. In fact, it could be a catastrophe. And I'm going to build out more why we must together resist regime change. It's not about taking out the nuclear program. That's a separate topic. You can support that. That is defensible. It is indefensible after everything we've seen the last 25 years to start beating the drums for regime change at yet another Middle Eastern country, this one being the biggest of all we have dared to get involved in.